There's probably thousands of manhwas out there you haven't even heard the name of. I mean, it's close to impossible to read out every one of them, and you might have even missed some of the best ones. But don't you worry, because today we have brought to you guys some of the best manhwas that I guarantee you haven't really read before, and you should really include some of these into your read list too. So now, without any delays, let's get straight into the video. Number 10. Falling for the Enemy. This is a very well written shoujo manhwa with good romance. Both male and female leads are likable. The male lead already establishes his attraction to the FL in less than 5 chapters. It's such a treat to read manhwas with MLs who fall in love before the FLs. Like, yes, show her what it's like to be loved and adored. You know what I'm talking about, right? The side characters of this manga are also very well crafted. They never get on your nerves, and the art is the best part of the manga. There are some fight scenes here and there. These fight scenes look way more better than for a shoujo romance manga. The world building is also well planned. Number 9. The World's Best Escort, Baru. The series is about a boy named Soo-woon whose journey is to find his master, and it's portrayed in the series. His master, an old man who was suffering from dementia, couldn't remember himself and appeared in front of him. He took care of him and he was taught martial arts by him. By the day of his disappearance, he went off with his friend in search of him. Personally speaking, the series is really worth giving out a try, even though I found the art of the manga pretty good too. Highly suggesting. Number 8. Of all things, I Became a Crow. This isn't your typical isekai when you normally see the female lead becoming a villainess or heroine and die from truck-kun, suddenly falling asleep kun and car-kun. Now in this manga, we see our female lead killed by a panther-kun and they transform into a literal crow. Yep, it's the crow. Just kidding, this is a crow. Yeah, just a crow. She meets the gorgeous blonde prince himself and they're basically a good team. Prince Boy also has a psycho brother who is the main villain of the story, and the Prince Boy transforms into a wolf since his royal blood is part of the wolf gang. The art style and world building are both well done, resulting in a fantastical world that is believable and engaging. I've seen other mangas and manhwas with a somewhat similar premise, but none have executed it as cleanly and as well. After all, I Became a Crow, so it's a fun read. Number 7. Top 1%. Top 1%, a manhwa which hardly any of us knows, but still is amazingly good. So to sum it up, strong became weak, bully turned to bullied, Korean high school manga usually ends up the same, so many side characters showed up to add unnecessary story, and high school kids behaving like gangsters. Can't say much about it since only 7 chapters have been released yet till date. It starts pretty generic for Korean storytelling, and the characters seem to be pretty generic as well. Number 6. Lady Scarlet. Baron Marika, who was on his days of bankruptcy, had a daughter named Scarlet Marika, who's also the female lead of the series, and with the will of becoming the most recognized piano teacher, she went to the capital after a few years and then fell in love with Edward Hart, and was driven out of her ambitious thinking that she would get married in the future. But then she found out that she was cheated on and her lover had a fiance. Yet this was not the best, this wasn't the end. And the richest man of the empire and the notorious Marquis, Callan Black, approached her. Number 5. My Mom is My Constellation. The literal translation of this novel's title is actually My Mom is My Constellation, and the word constellation is used in Korean novels where the main character, usually in an online game setting, receives support or is controlled by an unknown, real, or spiritual being. I just felt like the term guardian deity would fit better in this case from an English reader's point of view. The title is related to the story since the MC of the story went back in time after his death. but death wasn't the main concern. So the main shock started when his mom, who passed away a few years ago, started assisting him and became his Constellation. Number 4. The Villainess is worshipped by the family. Its plot points can be a little unbaked and it's not really giving anything different to other Villainess stories. But, you know, it's different. However, the slight difference is the setting is a game that she helped develop before she got reincarnated, and she's pretty damn ruthless to people who wronged her. With a story where it seems like she's becoming morally corrupt, which could be interesting. Number 3. The Quant of Wall Street. This alone is especially for the viewers who actually keep their interest in investing in stock and stock market, and then there's this one definitely for you. Portrayed here, a lifestyle a normal stock investor goes through, from experiencing the drop of the market and getting allotted and thinking like a quant. So if you really keep your interest in the stock markets, then this one is of course going to be on your list. Number 2. Kill the Dragon. Here we go. The dragon deaths. The story is straightforward but intriguing, and the characters are fleshed out and have personalities. Before the world collapsed, the person who was expected to protect the world, a war orphan, Lee Han, awakened as a psyker. The MC actually uses his brain and the translation in a top notch. We have a MC fighting for his siblings. Yeah, their sake. It's all their sake, buddy. Constantly using his capabilities to the max to compensate for his bad ability rank. And in this novel, we actually see his efforts unlike most other novels. Each chapter is long, like the length of a novella. I don't know how the translator does it. They each have their own mini arc and they're very well paced. Number 1. Swordmaster's youngest son. Jim Runkandel, who is the MC of the series and the youngest son of one of the greatest swordsmen in the series, but later he was kicked out of the clan and was dead. And here he was forgiven another chance and was reborn, and he had a few powers with him then. Now with the power, he is expected to use it for the well-being to become the world's strongest swordmaster. This manga is focused on character development in the first 15 or so chapters. I highly recommend this one, to be honest. And yes, that was pretty much it for today's video. But before leaving and the video, if you enjoyed our today's listings, make sure that you drop a like on the video, and you can leave a comment down below and let us know more about your thoughts. And subscribing and hitting the notification bell is a must, as we are sure bringing you in the quality content. My name is Zita Khan and I'm the voice of the voiceless. See you next time.